Shalom, welcome to another crown jewel word analysis. Today we have two words and it's about the stranger. Now, in the Torah it is written in various places that about the tabernacle, the Mishkan, the stranger that comes near shall be put to death. Now this is not a literal stranger like in a human being, physical corpse, where I'm not allowed to kill people, okay? So Yirah Hari perfectly explains us, clearly explains us, this is about the Sitra Achra. And now you'll see in the two words foreign and stranger, the English words, if I hold them through the lens of the crown jewel, then you'll see exactly the information thereof in there. So let's start. First of all, I would want to do foreign. So foreign would be then a V for the F, Vav for the O, top of the nail, Resh for the R, Ein for the E, Yud for the I, Gimel for the G, and a Nun for the N. So you can also say foreigner, you get another Ein Resh, which is Ra if you flip it around, but we have a Ra here already. So we'll keep it at foreign to keep it simple. So we already see Ra, that's the first thing you'll see. We also see Par Ayin, which are 70 bulls, and we'll read a little bit in Likkutei Yirah 9 in some moments from now. The foreigner that shall be the stranger or sojourner. It's not sojourner. It's translated alien. It's translated in various ways into English. The English doesn't do justice, but the way it's written in Numbers 1 and Numbers 3, I don't know the exact verse numbers. It's like this: Zer, where shall we put it? 7 and R, and this hints at Zerainpin. So is this handy? Yes. Okay. So Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, working upon the Malchut. So projecting upon the physical form. So this hints at, but then now we're speaking about the backside, Sitra Achra. And so we have a couple of permutations that you can make with these three letters. Namely, I already said it, Par Ayin, which are 70 bulls, and we'll read in a bit. Oref, which is the neck. Here, it's a disconnect from the upper. You'll see why. And Afar, which is the dust that the serpent eats. Okay? All applicable to what we're about to reveal here. So further, you see a Nun, which is soul. You see a Yud, which is spirit. And you see the Gimel, which is progress. Right? So you could say the 70 bulls that bind the progress of the spirit and the soul. From where? Location? Top of the nail. Vav is 6. 1 Chesed, Gevura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod. So it is 6. Often indicated by Vav or Tiferes as the Vav. Tiferes being the center of Zerainpin. So this all alludes to. It can also be Yisod, which is the 6th day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But anyway you want to see it, it tells us that these 70 bulls, and you'll see what that is, bind the progress of spirit and soul. Okay? They bind the progress of spirit and soul, and that makes you afar, dust for the serpent, disconnect in the neck, Oref, 70 bulls, par ayin, all found in there. And the value of par is 280, and 280 values a couple other things. Let's go to Likkutei to show you there. So here we are, page 583, Likkutei Yirah 9, the sefer for all the prerequisites, and the only sefer that teaches the Lashon HaKodesh, which was not available until some years ago, as Master Yirah strived to bring down this knowledge and make it available. Okay, so Tikkun 8, par, sandalfon, razin, shavaim, par, the Sukkot. Okay, the secret of 70 bulls, par to Sukkot. And so par is bull, like we said. It's also sandalfon, and sandalfon is ministering angel over Asiya Malchut. These 70 bulls par are 70 nests of Samael. Here we have our key. And Samael nests here and is received here in 70 nests. Now there are another concealed 70 nests that received the other. Remes kan Samael achi. Okay. Let's return to the school board. So you've seen it. 280 is kan nest Samael. It's an inkolel. It's 281, but that works because it's a 1 for the unit. And this is the nest of Samael. Okay, that's the nest. There's also Samael Zaken. Right, you read that, Samael Zaken, the other, then it's Zaken is with a Zayin and a Kan. Zaken, which is 7, nest of 7. Which are these? Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. This is the nest of 7. Okay? So, Zer, the stranger. There are a couple other words used for stranger here and there. You have Ger, which is found here also, ger, which is sojourner, but it's neutral. It can be good, can be bad, depending on the ger's choice, right? Because Abraham was a ger, a sojourner. Yes, I remember, because we had one permutation for stranger, zer. We have another, is nochri, nun, Kaf, Reish, Yud. Nun Kaf, Reish, Yud. Yes, I found it. Tanakh, in the Torah, Exodus 12:43. Here. Hashem said to Moshe and Aaron, this is the decree of the Pesach offering. No alienated person may eat from it. And this alienated person is Nochri. Okay, so that's Nochri. And now, guess what the Gematria is of Nochri? Nun is 50. Kaf is 20. Reish is 200. And Yud is 10. Is 280 equal to bulls. No such thing as coincidences. I'll keep repeating that. There's no such thing as coincidences. So divinity is in everything. So even in languages, right? Which are klipotic. Because there's only, but Lashon HaKodesh is inevitable. It's, everything is made of Aleph Tav, right? You cannot go around Aleph Tav. You can try to pervert it and you'll be held accountable, but you don't change objective reality, right? So everywhere is found code, divine code. Whether that speaks of Toiv, Ra, Kedusha, it doesn't matter. It's full of information. You can see it. It speaks for itself. So let's continue. We read about the nest of Samael, so now we can conclude this is not only these big, I didn't want to reveal, but it's the 70 bulls binding the progress of spirit and soul. Okay, where at the neck, Oref, 70 bulls making us dust for the serpent, Afar. Okay, we'll go to the next word. I think this is pretty clear language. So, oh yes, and for I forget, there's another permutation. Foreign. And another, because we had Zer, stranger, right? Nochri. There's also the sojourner, I already mentioned it, which is a ger, right? Ger, which is also found here. So we would write this side, ger, and then Fe, Yisod, right? The sojourner, the stranger, Yisod, because 80 is the value of Pe, and 80 is the value of Yisod. Also, because Yisod is the gathering point for all these forms, right? They pull into Yisod, and then the Yisod is what projects upon the seventh, right? It's that connection point to the seventh. So there's a great deal going on there. They'll pull into Yisod, and from Yisod it expresses. It's the bestowal downwards, right? That's why also it's the reproductive organ. So we have then restitutional, ger, fe, ve, ein, and I. The iron, and that's interesting. This is singular, because but if we and Vav is 6, right? So if we read about Ayinim, plural, it speaks of these 7 eyes upon a stone, right? Rove to and fro. So that speaks about the same system. This is Samael, right? But you could say I number 6, which is Yisod again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I number 6. So then Vav 6. I number 6, which is Yisod, Peh, which is the ger, so the stranger, right? So that's also found in there. So now would be a good time to take a look at the following word. The next word. We have foreigner. We'll do stranger. And I'll start with a samech, a tet, a resh, an aleph, nun, gimel, ayin, resh. Immediately we'll see the ra again. We see gun, and we see sitra. Sitra achra. Sitra means side. So you could also make the permutation. The evil, ra. Side, sitra. Sided from the garden, right? Because evil is not found in the garden. You could read it that way, right? The evil side, garden separated, right? Separated from the garden. Now there's a couple more things. I noticed that I forgot one thing, because the value here of 6I6 is namely 50, 10 and 70 is 136, which is Samael. Sammy boy. Samael. Samael. And here's of course strange forms, racist forms, strange forms, so the back side. We also have a trait that is part of that side, anger. Aleph Nun Gimel Ein Resh, anger. Okay, anger. And you could permutate also to strange L, but then you'd have to just name it strange L. There's no L in here, so that's not what a strange L. And L is Chesed. Chesed L is the line face on the snake, right? Where the snake starts, Chesed downwards. Everything gathering in the Yisod, gathering point, projecting upon the physical form, spilling its seed on the ground. So, evil sided from the garden. Okay, so I hope that was clear, and till the next video, many blessings.